I was asking about Rougie, and I was like, listen, hey, if you're the front office of the Rangers, how do you play this? And there were three of them that said, hey, listen, we all feel like that they're just going to flat release him. That he's not even going to get the opportunity. They're going to find a way. They're going to bite the bullet and just move on from him. But I had another one of my general manager friends in baseball tell me, he goes, listen, what you ought to try and do is build him up. Protect him a little bit. Let him face right-handed pitching. Let him try and build up his value, because he's already a sunken cost. You got him. You got him basically on the cheap. Because he's a guy that he from his background and stuff, the money, you got him on a good deal. It didn't, it worked out for you for the most part. But what's going to happen to you is you're going to need somebody to come in, like what happened with Elvis. You're going to have somebody come in and take part of the deal, and then, but you got to build him up, and you got to make sure though that he gets the right kind of at bats against the right-handed pitching where he could have some success. And then when we get to the trading deadline, then you just move on. He goes, you're not going to get complete relief for this guy, but what you're going to get is you might get something back in return, but you might get somebody to take the contract, but you're also going to have to eat some of this money. So
if he could catch fire and you got to eat a little bit of it, I mean, $10 million isn't a ton of cash anymore.
No, that's where they're at right now. This one guy's like, listen, he goes, I think the guy could still play. The problem you're running into is, he goes, and this guy goes this, he goes, I know this for a fact. He goes, that guy's pretty popular in that locker room, and so you have to be careful.
Punched a guy.
How you handle that situation.
He's pretty cool too. He's definitely got like a cool guy energy about him, and I think for some of the younger players, he hits bombs. He's made a lot of money, and I'd be okay with either of those though, Jeff. Either just dropping him out of spring training or hoping he catches fire, and you can ride that for a couple of weeks and then move him to a team that maybe needs a little bit of left-handed power. I don't mind either one of those approaches.
Yeah, I just think they have to start treating him as what he is, which is one of the worst everyday players in baseball the last couple of years. And that's the way that you have to treat him. Otherwise, the talk of earning it and meritocracy, it's all crap.
Right.
Yeah.
If players are going to watch a guy who, I don't know him personally, but on the field, he portrays an incredibly confident, everything's awesome and I'm badass, and there's like a Jalen Smith to it, where it's like he can hit a single when you're down 9-0, and he's won for his last 83, and it's like, ha-ha, what's up now? Gotcha! And it's like, all right, you shouldn't be playing.
Focus on the positive. I like it, Rougie.
Yeah, there you go. Make him earn it. If he's going to be in the lineup, it should be because he's the best option to be in the lineup. If you do anything other than that, you put it at risk, everything, where your entire team's going to look at it and be like, what the hell are we doing? We're already not good, and now this dude gets to play. Why? Because he punched a guy years ago?
No, that's the thing what this general manager friend of mine was saying, though. He was basically saying you protect him by not playing him every day. But you find ways to, in that confidence you're talking about, Jeff, get the confidence up. Maybe you get some really good at-bats. This guy was breaking it down. He's like, listen, he goes, another guy on the road, he goes, hey, I go out and watch. I'm an advanced scout. I go out and watch these teams play. I could tie this guy up in a heartbeat because he doesn't, you throw him off-speed stuff, you throw him stuff down in the way, he's going to swing at everything. He goes, that's the problem. He goes, teams have got that kind of book on him where he's not a hard out. You don't have to work to get him out. So what you have to do is create a situation to where, well, maybe now he's a little bit more of a hard out than what he was. Right now,
find favorable matchups.
Yeah. You have to find ways to put him in and build his level back up to where, okay, hey, will you take the contract? I'll give you part of the money. What are you going to give me for the guy?
Well, I like everything you guys are saying as far as how to manage Odor. I think, the one thing they can't do is just leave him in the lineup every day and act like it's no big deal.
Right,
That's what Evan Grant was writing about. His .1 WAR over the last 2 years is the 9th lowest among players with at least 600 plate appearances, and every other person on the list is washed up. 34 years old and older. That means no other team was giving a player in his prime a chance to be as consistently horrible as what the Rangers were given to Rougie. And I don't know. I don't think you can underestimate the potential for damage that can cause your culture and the kind of message that it sends as a bunch of your younger players are sitting around, looking at what it takes to make in the big leagues. And, at this point, it seems like, well, if you get rewarded with a nice contract, then the team will just be loyal to you. I don't know, the kind of message that sends.
Well,
and if you're trying to talk meritocracy, you got to follow that up with action.
Yeah, these guys were saying, listen, the contract is not terrible that the Rangers signed. He goes, now a terrible deal is what the Angels did with Josh Hamilton. That's a deal. He goes, the Rangers at least have a chance to get away from this deal. But the Angels, that whole thing, what they had to pay with the Josh Hamilton thing, that's a bad deal. Those are the kinds of deals that choke your team. The Rangers will figure it out, but they have to do this in the right way.